What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about Claymore, number 7. In this book, Claire runs into a powerful enemy. The adversary is not a Yoma, but another Claymore named Ophelia. Ophelia is a highly skilled and murderous Claymore who not only loves to hunt Yoma and awaken beings, but humans too. She doesn't care who gets in the way, she'll easily cut them down just to slay her target. Ruthless and sadistic, she's one of the better antagonists in the manga. Throughout the manga, Claire's will to fight, strength, and smarts are tested. In a lot of these fights, Claire has pushed her limits, and now, being half awakened, she has a challenging brawl with a vicious Claymore that thinks Claire is actually an awakened being. Every enemy in this series brings a new obstacle for her, and Claire always has to figure out a new tactic to beat her opponent. But what happens if she can't outwit, run from, or defeat Ophelia? There are many reasons why I believe Ophelia is one of the best villains in the story. First, look at her as another version of Claire. If Claire had done things a bit differently, she could have turned out like Ophelia, and vice versa. Ophelia could have been like Claire. There are a few differences between them, but there are many similarities too. Both Claire and Ophelia lost someone close to them. Both have offensive fighting styles. Both are out for revenge. However, this isn't the only reason why Ophelia makes such an awesome villain. Ophelia is smart and brutal. Right from the start, you can tell she wields greater power compared to Claire. She's able to read every one of Claire's tactics to a minute detail. When they're battling, she even scolds Claire for being boring and why she's going to lose. Ophelia represents all the things Claire fears. For example, dying without getting revenge, or losing to an enemy that's ultimately too strong to defeat. Another reason why Ophelia is a well-developed and balanced character, because she is one of the only villains that actually puts fear into the story's main character. Think about it. Most of the other enemies or awakened beings Claire has faced, she didn't fear that she'd die. Claire was ready to face her death, even though she still had the will to fight. But now, for the first time after Teresa's death, we see her at her weakest point. She's terrified she'll die because Ophelia cut her down piece by piece and destroyed any confidence or hope that Claire had of being able to survive. Not only that, but there's an interesting chemistry about Claire and Ophelia. To explain, they both challenge each other. Their differences make them great characters too. Claire and Ophelia bring a lot of suspense to the series and make dialogue and action scenes intense. For example, Claire can't use her aura reading ability against Ophelia's rippling sword technique. However, since Claire is half awakened and has Teresa's blood in her veins, she's able to be super strong and have a little more fuel than normal, but doesn't show it in strength. Instead, she shows it through different tactics of fighting. In a world where bronze usually wins fights, Claire has to create new ways to help her survive since she's the weakest Claymore. For example, attaching Elena's arm to Claire's lost one to learn the quicksword technique. Later on, Ophelia renders Claire helpless as she not only previously chopped off her legs, chased her through the forest, seen through all her tricks, she completely destroys an arm and cuts off Claire's other hand. While reading this, you can feel Claire's desperation and fear as she's cornered and defenseless against the monster before her. At this point, you wonder how this will go, and luckily, another awesome character saves Claire just in time. What we learn here is that Claymores not only can repair or regrow limbs, but can adapt to new fighting abilities by adopting their comrade's arm or leg. The only thing that the story is missing, in my opinion, is more background with Ophelia. It would have been awesome to see her more in the story, becoming friends with Claire, or even reappearing for a rematch. Ophelia is such a great villain, and it sucks that we only see her or Elena for a few chapters or two. Other than that, Book 7 is a great addition to the Claymore series. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you guys later.